In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 MLB games happening on May 19, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Seattle Mariners versus Chicago White Sox. Seattle looks to extend their lead in the American League West when they head to Wright Field on Monday night for the first game of a 3-game series against Chicago. The Mariners have won 3 of their last 4 games, while the White Sox have dropped 3 of their last 4. Seattle holds the advantage here, having hit well against right-handed pitchers. Meanwhile, Martin has struggled recently on the mound, giving up 5 runs in his last 2 starts. At home, he's allowed 7 runs in his last 2 outings. Chicago's bullpen ranks 6th worst in the league, making it tough for them to contain Seattle's offense. Offensively, Chicago has had trouble with right-handers, and Castillo has pitched well for Seattle, allowing 7 runs over his last 3 starts. On the road, he's given up 4 runs in his last 2 outings. Seattle also boasts one of the league's best bullpens, which should keep the White Sox offense under control. This will be the first meeting of the season between these teams. Last year, Seattle dominated, winning 6 of 7 games against Chicago. Both teams are playing at similar levels this season. Though Seattle may be a bit hotter, Chicago remains the worst team in the American League, struggling especially on offense. They face a tough challenge Monday against Seattle's ace, who has allowed 2 or fewer earned runs in 6 of 9 starts this year. Martin has not been sharp at Wright Field this season, with opponents hitting .292 and hitting 3 home runs off him in 4 games. Seattle's offense is well equipped to punish any mistakes, as they did last season when 4 of their 6 wins over Chicago were by at least 3 runs. There is sometimes a case for backing a home underdog, but right now the White Sox just don't inspire confidence. The Mariners enter this matchup with momentum after sweeping the Padres, and while Castillo has struggled on the road at times, this is a clear mismatch favoring Seattle. As our first pick for this matchup, the Seattle Mariners money line is our full game side pick. Last season, the over went 4-2-1 in the 7 meetings between these teams, but this year things might tilt toward the under. Davis has pitched well this season, allowing just 8 earned runs in 4 home starts. He's also kept runs off the board in 3 of his last 5 outings. Given Seattle's strong offense, it's unlikely he'll get overwhelmed. Castillo is one of the better pitchers in the league, having gone 6 innings in 3 of his last 4 starts and allowing 1 run or less in each. The White Sox offense isn't much of a threat, especially against Castillo. Before Sunday, Chicago had scored 3 runs or fewer in 4 of their last 7 games, while Seattle scored 4 runs or fewer in 6 of their last 8. The under is 3-1 in Chicago's last 5 games and 4-1 in Seattle's last 5. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Baltimore Orioles versus Milwaukee Brewers. On Monday, the Baltimore Orioles will travel to Milwaukee to take on the Brewers at American Family Field in an interleague matchup. The Orioles enter this series struggling to break a 6-game losing streak and have been disappointing on the road with a 7-15 record. They just gave up 24 runs over 3 games to Washington and will start Kremer, who has allowed 4 or more earned runs in 3 of his last 5 starts. Milwaukee has had its own struggles lately, but did manage a win on Sunday and holds a solid 13-9 record at home. The Brewers will start Priester, who has been mostly solid this year, though he had 2 poor outings against the Cubs and Cardinals a few weeks back. Neither pitcher inspires confidence, but I'm inclined to fade the Orioles until they show signs of improvement. As our first pick for this matchup, the Milwaukee Brewers money line is our full game side pick. The under is 14-5-2 after a Brewers win, 8-4-1 when they are home favorites, and 17-9-1 in their games against American League opponents. The Orioles come in without momentum, having lost 6 straight, and have been unreliable away from home, averaging just 3.2 runs per game on the road. Meanwhile, the Brewers haven't been winning much either, going 3-7 in their last 10 games and being held scoreless in 4 of their previous 6. They did end Minnesota's 13-game winning streak on Sunday, but the Twins were missing key players Byron Buxton and Carlos Correa, and started a spot starter making his 2025 debut, so it wasn't a huge accomplishment. Both starting pitchers have shown signs of improvement lately, so I lean toward a low-scoring game in this interleague contest between teams that aren't very familiar with each other. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Cleveland Guardians versus Minnesota Twins. The Cleveland Guardians are heading on the road Monday to take on the Minnesota Twins in the first game of a three-game series between these divisional rivals. The Twins are dealing with some key injuries, especially to Byron Buxton and Carlos Correa, which will definitely weaken their lineup. When it comes to scoring runs, the power to hit home runs is a big advantage, and Cleveland holds the edge here. They rank 11th in the league with a home run every 29.18 at-bats, while Minnesota is down at 19th, averaging 34.87 at-bats between homers. The Guardians have also dominated the Twins so far this season, winning all three matchups. For our first pick in this game, we're backing the Cleveland Guardians money line as our full game side. Looking closer at the pitching matchups, Logan Allen has posted a 1-1 record with a 3.42 earned run average and a .276 batting average allowed over 26.1 innings in 5 road starts. On the other side, Bailey Ober is 2-0 with an even stronger 2.53 earned run average and a 1.31 WHIP in 21.1 innings during 4 starts at home. Both teams have been pitching well this month. The Guardians rank 12th in MLB with a 3.66 team earned run average in May, while the Twins lead the league with an impressive 2.57 team earned run average. Historically, the under has been the dominant trend in this series, going 4-1 in their last 5 matchups. The total has also leaned under in recent games for both teams. Minnesota's last 17 games have seen 12 finish under the total, and Cleveland's last 6 games have gone under 5 times. After the Twins' 7-0 win over Milwaukee on Saturday, their pitching staff has now thrown 3 straight shutouts, with all those games finishing under the total runs line. In fact, 3 of the 4 games between these two teams from April 28th to May 1st also ended with the total going under. For our second pick in this matchup, we're taking the under on the projected total as our full game total pick. Detroit Tigers versus St. Louis Cardinals. The Detroit Tigers and the St. Louis Cardinals open up a 3-game interleague set on Monday. This is a true Midwest showdown. The Cardinals are riding a hot streak, winning 12 of their last 13 games, while the Tigers sit atop their division. The key difference in this one lies on the mound. St. Louis sends out veteran Sonny Gray, who's been far more dependable than Detroit's Cater Montero. Gray has racked up 51 strikeouts to just 12 walks, a sharp contrast to Montero's 1.8-to-1 ratio. That's 33 more strikeouts with just 1 more walk. Montero was just shifted to the bullpen in his last outing, only to be thrown back into the rotation for this game. He's been shaky all season, and the Tigers needed a combined 21 runs to bail him out in his last 2 starts. That kind of run production won't come easy against Gray. Yes, he had a rough outing against the Phillies, but he bounced back by throwing 7 shutout innings against the Pirates. The Cardinals, meanwhile, have been lighting it up at the plate. They rank top 5 in overall batting average and have been especially sharp at home. The Tigers have had issues with strikeouts, and Gray's been carving up lineups all season. Detroit's also lack power, which limits how much damage they can do even when they do make contact. As our first pick for this matchup, the St. Louis Cardinals money line is our full game side pick. Even though these aren't rookies taking the mound, both starters have shown vulnerability, and recent trends point toward a shootout. The Tigers plated 21 runs across Montero's last 2 appearances, and while they likely won't hit that mark again, it shows how volatile his starts have been. Detroit has gone over the total in 4 of their last 5 games and recently exploded for 14 runs in a blowout win over the Red Sox. The Cardinals haven't been quiet either. They put up 14 runs on the Phillies and dropped 10 on the Royals. Montero's back and forth between the bullpen and rotation the past couple of weeks is another red flag. Both of these lineups rank among the top 5 in batting average, and while St. Louis has been better at home, Detroit tends to swing it well under the lights too. Montero's high walk rate and lack of command make him a liability, and although Gray has been solid overall, he did surrender 3 home runs in his most recent start, so he's not completely untouchable. There's a good chance both offenses get going early. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.